Make sure you guys stick around and don't go anywhere because, frankly, we got a ton to talk about. Starting off with new DeSean Bishop injury news from our main man, Austin Price. After that, we're going to talk about a massive update on five-star running back David Gabriel-Georges. And then the Vols add a big commitment to the 2027 class, who it is and why you should be excited. And then, last up, my score prediction, Tennessee, Alabama, the third Saturday in October, about 48 hours away. And I can't stop thinking about it, to be honest. Another thing I can't stop thinking about is this Week 8 sub-battle. Again, we'll be keeping you up to date every single day here, like we've done all week, because it's the most important one we've ever done because it's game week. And guess what? We are on top for the first time in the last 5 days. But the thing is, I don't want to just beat Alabama because that's not good enough. I want to destroy them. I want their host to question whether or not they should even continue doing that channel. Okay? We are up 11 subs right now. I want to be up 50 by the end of the day, so I need you guys to subscribe to the channel. Austin Price of Volquest joined Josh Ward and DeSean Swain on their radio program and gave a ton of updates. That's where our first two segments come from, the man, the myth, the legend. And we're going to start with DeSean Bishop injury news, okay? He was listed on last night's injury report as probable, but that wasn't the strongest vote of confidence. There was still a little bit of doubt whether he was going to play or not, and Austin Price pretty much put that all to rest, saying, I do believe, just talking to several different people over the last couple of days, that DeSean Bishop is going to be able to go in this game. Again, barring any kind of setback, the optimism is there that he'll be able to play and help this team this week. And, let's be real. It felt like Tennessee fans, myself included, because we are one, we needed this news. We needed to see this news. We needed to hear this news because of how good the opponent is you are facing and because of how serious that injury looked when it happened during Arkansas. I got a couple screenshots for you. I mean, look at that foot. His right ankle rolled up under the Arkansas Razorbacks defender. Looked like a hip drop tackle to me, but I know that's not a rule in the NCAA. That's only an NFL thing. But right after that, he's laying on the ground. Trainers are around him. Then he finally gets seated up, but they're looking at that foot, looking at that ankle. And I remember being in the stadium kind of doing the surrender cobra because it felt like, oh no, a guy who's having a phenomenal game, who's probably our lead running back, is on the field right now, and we go play Alabama in just 7 days. Now, he is a part of a three-headed monster when it comes to the running back room, but in my opinion, it feels like he is kind of taking the lead as that RB1 spot. Now, whether you think that should go to Start Thomas or him, it's pretty obvious Josh Heupel thinks it should be DeSean Bishop. And part of the reason he thinks that was because in just 3 quarters of action against the Hogs, Bishop went for 146 yards on 10.4 yards a carry and a touchdown. But what does that have to do against the Alabama Crimson Tide? Why do we need DeSean Bishop against Alabama? Well, for starters, he is your running back one or one of your top running backs. And you also got to look at what they just did against one of the top running backs in the country in Ahmad Hardy. 12 carries, 52 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, 0 touchdown, and his longest rush was 11 yards only. 4 of the 5 of those statistics were lows for him in the 2025 season. Alabama's good at defending the run. So if you're going into Bryant-Denny Stadium on the road to take on Bama without your lead running back, I don't want to do that, do you? This offense, we all know, it's best when it's balanced. That is when Joey Aguilar is at his best. That is when Josh Heupel is at his best as a play caller. And that is when this team is scoring their most points. Plain and simple. When you're able to run the football, it opens up everything else. And facing Alabama, one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC, really good wide receiver core, I promise you, on Saturday, you're going to need some points. Do you want Bishop to play on Saturday? If you do, hit that thumbs up button and like today's video. Don't jinx it. I'm a superstitious guy. You already know that. I need you guys to help me out. All right, let's talk about David Gabriel-Georges, everybody's favorite natural-born Canadian. In fact, I don't know many natural-born Canadians, so I feel like that's probably a fair statement. I don't know Drake. I don't know the weekend. I don't really know David Gabriel-Georges, but he's slowly climbing up that tier. The number 21 prospect in the 2027 class. Number 2 running back in that class, 6 foot, 205 pounds. And rumors have been swirling this week, and we trafficked in them, about him possibly reclassifying, not declassifying, reclassifying from a 2027 guy to a 2026 guy. Well, that's not what we're talking about today. But talking about his commitment, his recruitment, he has 3 schools that kind of feel like they stand above the rest. Tennessee, Ohio State, and Georgia. And I know you saw the photos from a couple of weeks ago of him wearing Ohio State gloves and an Ohio State wristband at his game against Macaulay. I like to think that was just a color scheme thing. And I think Austin Price agrees with me because he thinks that Tennessee's at the top. He said the number 1 priority on any position for 2027 is David Gabriel-Georges at Baylor. So he's the top option, and the second option, and the third option. Tennessee knocked it out of the park talking about his visit for the Arkansas game. Parents had a blast, and Tennessee is, I think, the team to beat there. I know some people feel like Ohio State's deep in that one, and they are. I'm not going to discount their chances, but I still think Tennessee's done a fantastic job of recruiting David. There are people at Baylor that are big Tennessee people that are in his ear. He's got people that are on his current team that are committed to Tennessee. All that stuff matters, and relationships matter, David, as he goes throughout the process. So it certainly feels like Tennessee has done a fantastic job with him. Right now, I do feel like Tennessee's got a ton of momentum with David Gabriel-Georges, and this is great for the Tennessee Volunteers. And I agree wholeheartedly with everything that AP just said there, because he is at Baylor, a school that has incredibly strong ties to the Tennessee Volunteers, the guys who kind of run that football program. Some of its teammates, like your 5-star offensive tackle for this year's class, Gabriel Asinda. And right now, their 2027 class, it feels a little bit like a light one. So he would be a massive, massive commitment. So this is much needed news in that sense for that class. And he'd be huge because right now in your 2026 class, you don't have a single running back. Not one. Now, that's not going to affect much next year because DeSean Bishop should be back. Peyton Lewis should be back. You'll be good. But how about the year after that? And with David Gabriel-Georges, I'll be honest with you, still crossing the fingers that he somehow reclassifies. It seems like it's a long shot right now. Not a zero-sum chance, but I'm still hoping that maybe that's coming at some point in the future. Where do you think he will go? Got the 3 schools, his top 3. You think it's Tennessee, type UT. If you think it's Georgia, give me an UGA. And if you think it's Ohio State, give me an OSU in the comment section down below. We got more stuff coming up. I told you it was a loaded show. We still got 2 more segments to talk through. But coming up next specifically is the Vols got a big commitment for the class of 2027 just last night. I'll tell you who it is. I'll tell you more about him, tell you why you should be excited. But I got something you should be excited about right now. This Tennessee hoodie is on sale for just $22. Okay? Our boss slacked me today. This is a true story, I promise you. And he said this hoodie is the number 1 seller in our company for the month of October. It's because you guys are the best fan base, because you guys are smart, like to get good deals, and because it looks awesome and it's at a great price. The only thing is, with them flying off the shelves, there's not much left, and that sale probably isn't going to last much longer. So if you want to take advantage of that sale, $33 off, $22 will get you this hoodie if you go to chatsports.com/UT hoodie. I'll put that link in the comments and description of today's video. So Kamauri Whitfield, also known as Bam Whitfield, has committed to the University of Tennessee. You can see him right here with Jermon McCoy on his visit just a few weeks ago. And if you don't know him, here's a little bit of an intro. He is in the class of 2027. 3-star cornerback, sits at 5'10", 170 pounds, 425th national player in the 2027 class from Orlando, Florida. So decently close when it comes to the Southeast. He had a ton of offers. Tennessee, Oklahoma, Florida State, Florida, Auburn, Miami, Nebraska, Arkansas, Illinois, and Kentucky. So this guy was heavily recruited all across the country. I mean, he had offers like you see right there, ranging from Illinois down to Miami, all the way up to a school like Tennessee that's in or Nebraska as well. This guy was everywhere. So now the class of 2027, you got two kids, okay? J.P. Peace, who is a 3-star from Knoxville. Bam Whitfield, who is a 3-star from Florida. Your ranking is 21st. I think before that commitment, your ranking was like 40th. Don't worry about the 2027 class right now. Like, sure, we're going to keep you updated with it, but that signing day isn't for another 14 months, and the class of 2026's signing day is in like a month and a half, okay? So things are much more focused on that class than on this one right now, and as you see, one commitment of a 3-star can bump you up like 20 spots. They're going to start coming in, I can promise you that. And I'm sure for a guy like Bam, it's encouraging to see Ty Redmond, a true freshman who is also a 3-star, come in and have such a phenomenal season. Did Redmond look perfect against Georgia? No, he didn't. Showed a little bit of those true freshman words. But as we're going to talk about a little bit tomorrow, I think he's actually improved quite a bit. I've really, really liked what I've seen. I think the scheme has helped him out a little bit more. I think that, Tim Banks has shifted away from man-to-man coverage, which I think is the right call. Regardless, I'm sure Bam sees a guy like him getting those reps as a true freshman, making those plays as a true freshman, playing under Willie Martinez, and thinks, you know what? That could be me. I'm about to give you my score prediction, okay? But before I do, I want you guys to pause the video, scroll down to the comment section, and get yours in. Because you're going to hear mine in like 10 seconds. So I want you to lock yours in before I give you mine. Tennessee, Bama, Saturday night. Who wins? What's the score? I think the Tennessee Volunteers win this game. I think the Tennessee Volunteers win the ball game. Give me 31-30 as the final score. Look, I get it. I'm a homer. I'm never going to call myself what I'm not. But with all that being said, if Jam Miller doesn't play this game, and right now, current recording of this video, it doesn't look positive for him to play. That kind of takes away Alabama's rushing attack, helps them be a little bit more one-dimensional. And yeah, they've got a great quarterback. They've got some great wide receivers. But Tennessee's defense struggles in both categories. Now, when you don't have to worry about the run, and you can just worry about the pass, and you're playing an Alabama team that doesn't have a normal Alabama offensive line, and your front four, which is the best front four, not only in the SEC, but in all of college football, you're going to be able to tee off. Bama let up 4 sacks against Missouri. You should get at least 6. And if you pressure Ty all game long, you're going to limit his ability to make plays. You're going to increase his chances of turning the football over. And I think you're going to help yourself out. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a lot of points scored. I think Tennessee is going to walk away from Bryant-Denny Stadium victorious. Make sure you got me followed on social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. My Twitter, man, it's been growing like crazy. I've added over 500 followers in like the last month and a half. I will be live tweeting the game if you're interested in that. And if you're not subscribed, make sure that changes right now. If you like daily videos, if you like not paying for things, personally, I enjoy that. My father-in-law is going to be in town tonight. He's taking us out to dinner. That's awesome. Here's the bill, Mike. Shout out to you if you're watching. But regardless, if you like free things, you got it right here at Tennessee Football Talk. So subscribe.